Hi, Errol.
Hi, Errol.
Hi, Errol. The eHermit here.
Hi, Errol. Or
Hi,
something like that.
Errol.
Hi, Errol.
Yo.
Happy birthday, Errol, and I hope it is a great 42nd birthday and that you just have a wonderful day.
Happy birthday, Errol. You are super awesome.
How did I first come across Errol?
I'm his sister, so I encountered him at birth, I guess.
So I met Errol years ago at a Debs and Errol concert, and I was in the mosh pit, and we were all chanting, Debs and Errol, Debs and Errol, and Errol was up on stage doing his wild Errol moves, and they were so wild, he kind of flew off the stage and landed on my head. I was in the hospital maybe 3 to 4 months, but then Errol sent me a Totoro Get Well card, and he knit stuff for me, and we became friends. We've co-written some NaNoWriMo comics together and co-wrote a song, and he was the potato in a book video.
I first met Errol at his Debs and Errol concert, and we became good friends after that, and he started calling me Manpans as a nickname, and before I knew it, he was also introducing me as Manpans, and new friends that I was making would call me Manpans, and they wouldn't even know that I had another name, and soon it wasn't just my new friends either, it was my old friends. They all called me Manpans too, and then my own mother called me Manpans, and then I started to call myself Manpans. I'm introducing myself to clients at work as Manpans, and I can't even remember my old name anymore. I can't. And if I didn't know at the time, had I known that if Errol chooses a name for you, that is the name that will be with you for life, I try to remember, but I can't, and it's scary, and it scares me, and it's all because of Errol.
I was reading a daily comic, a semi-daily comic called XKCD, and they did a alternate parody version of the Modern Major General song, and it was called Every Major's Terrible, and I started singing it and trying to get my way through the lyrics without messing up too terribly, and found it was very hard. I got distracted, of course, and then found my way onto the internet and realized that, hey, there are a couple people who actually did this song already, and even played the piano for it. So, one of those was what I thought was the best, and I sent that video to some of my friends, and I found that this crazy guy who was singing Every Major's Terrible along with bouncing hobby horses in the back actually had a daily comic, and that was my introduction into the world of Errol, and my life has not been the same since.
I first met Errol through National Novel Writing Month in 2007. So NaNoWriMo is an online creative challenge where the goal is to write 50,000 words of a novel in 1 month. And I was actually Word War captain at the time, and so the Word War is basically a contest between cities, and we were competing against New York and Chicago that year to see which team could basically get the highest number of words. And Errol actually kind of caused some trouble there because he was so enthusiastic that he would go into the forums of the other cities and congratulate members there on having hit certain word counts or achieved something or whatever before the people in those cities could get a chance to do it. And so the Word War captains in those cities have kind of emailed me, and they were like, okay, what's with this guy? Can you talk to him? Because he seems a little like, woo! Anyway, but yeah, of course, I tried to talk to Errol. Of course it didn't work, but that's okay. So that is actually how I first met him.
I first encountered Errol at a Debs concert when he was stalking her and being weird and creepy, which was a lovely first impression of him, and then I discovered his work online when he was doing the stick-foot stop-motion animation, which was kind of cool. Got me interested in just how much work he actually puts out, and I was kind of impressed by the volume and energy the volume of work and the energy and excitement that he puts into it.
Errol in one word.
One word, serious. Unitard. Because he's religious. Very.
Word Errol is excitement. He's excitement about everything that is happening in life, everything that is creative. So, that's Errol.
I've never known Errol to tell a joke or to be funny in any way, shape, or form. That's why I think he is serious.
Have you ever met him?
No.
One word to describe Errol would be soft. Because he's got surprisingly hairless, soft skin, and it's very nice to touch, which makes a lot of people very uncomfortable, actually.
My single word to describe Errol is tangy. And I know that sounds really weird. I mean, I know probably everybody's expecting me to say hyper, or overwhelming, or crazy. But tangy is my word, and it's because a few months ago I decided to lick Errol's hand. Because Errol has, he really hates bodily fluids, and I just kind of wanted to see what would happen if I licked his hand. And so I licked his hand, and the taste of his hand stayed on my tongue all day, and it was the weirdest thing. And so at first I thought that it was just something, maybe he had stuck his hand somewhere, I don't even want to know. But I did it several more times, and always he tasted kind of tangy. And then I told him that, and then he actually licked his own hand, and he kind of said, "Oh, you're right. I do taste tangy." So my word is tangy.
Thank you very much for all that you've done in inspiring creativity and taking us along for the ride. Take care, Guy.
Thank you, Errol.
Thanks, Errol, for a wonderful, I don't know, it's been, 3-4 years since we met, and, I mean, I haven't done as many projects as Debs and Manda, but doing 3 Geeks in a Pod and Errol the Bald Guy has been, it's been fantastic and one of my favorite things that I've ever done, and I'm hoping we get to continue that for a long time, and yeah, it wouldn't be the same without you, so happy birthday, buddy.
Errol, you are an incredible person. I'm so lucky to have you as a friend and cannot imagine a better bandmate. I hope you have an absolutely fantastical 42nd birthday. And, yeah, I guess that's it. Bye!
Happy birthday, Errol, from Manpans.
I do have a funny story about when he had his recent concert in April when I came to visit. The first concert I've ever seen with him and Debs. And I guess it's not that funny either, but they were singing that song, the Narwhal Pet song, and they were singing the chorus. It's a cross between a unicorn and a whale. And they were all saying, "Oh, sing along, sing along." And so they said, "It's a cross between a unicorn," and they stopped to let people sing along, and the whole group sang "and a whale," and it was a whole group of people, and they both looked at each other shocked. I'm not really sure what they were expecting, but everyone had been singing, and they all knew the words, and they just realized how dedicated their fans were and devoted. So they were both I've never seen Errol so surprised and vulnerable, and when do you see Errol vulnerable? So, and his friend was yelling out, "Living the dream, Errol, living the dream." So it was cute. It's not a very funny story, but it's a cute story of Errol being surprised and taken aback by his fans.
Creativity is extremely important to him, and it is something that he simply inspires in others. And that's probably what I would say his best quality is. If you've ever done something out of the ordinary, out of your normal everyday life that you hadn't done before Errol's influence on you, that sort of stretched you a little bit, that made your creative juices flow, I think that's probably about the best tribute you could have. Best tribute you could give.